James Svensson and Craig Houghton are missing as well.
Oh, Craig Houghton's missing.
I believe, yeah.
That's a critical one in championship terms. Obviously, the championship is...
At least he's not where he should be. We do have a green flag at the back, and there's going to be all eyes to the lights. In fact, the lights are out already there, Keith, and it's, well, good start there from the number 9 of Matt Weatherall. So Matt Weatherall on that number 9 Suzuki will take the race lead away from the pole position man, number 11 Josh Harvey. So it's the Suzuki leading the Yamaha as they go around Coppice for the first time. It's showing on the timing screen here, Keith, is a 5-lap race, so 5 laps for these guys.
Okay, I did wonder if that was going to be the case for everybody this afternoon, because obviously we are pushing the clock very hard indeed. So I did initially I thought it said 6, but I'm not surprised to see it suddenly come up as 5 laps, because the clock is out to beat us today, basically. So if we take a lap off each of the races, the remaining races, because this is the first one of the second half of the program today, then hopefully we can get the whole program underway without penalising anybody at all. So the leaders have come past me, and predictably enough, it was Weatherall who led the way. Now Harvey is behind him at the moment. It'll be interesting to see if Josh can take the challenge to Matt once again. He certainly gave him a very hard time in the last race, didn't he, to say the least, as they come down the hill, watching everybody make their way. Again, absolutely no spray coming off the tyres coming down the hill. Ooh, somebody very brave towards the back there. They pull out right onto the wet stuff for an overtake. That was, I think that was kind of going from 3rd last to 4th last, but hey ho, you make a place up somewhere along the line. It's all good value, isn't it? The leaders across the top already. They're going to be working their way down and appearing back with us out of barn, but for my money, it definitely looked as if it was service as per normal, really, with Matt Weatherall leading the way, just waiting for a bike to appear out of barn corner and come towards us and confirm that as he comes out. Yep, uses all the track. Yeah, that Matt Weatherall leading the way, mate.
Certainly is, yeah, and he's on the far left-hand side of the circuit there, interestingly enough. I don't know if you saw that there, Keith, but obviously out of barn, normally you come out of barn, get the power down and kind of swing to the right-hand side. That's kind of where it puts you, isn't it, on the exit? But
he stayed left. I think he's trying to cool his tyres.
I'd say, yeah, so there's a few riders there, and throughout the course of the weekend, we've seen him towards the back there. Get this, Keith, Robert Bean there, who's not had the best of weekends, makes up 17 positions and is in 12th place.
Excellent stuff. Yeah, Matt here, a lot of the riders are going straight through the middle of the circuit here and avoiding the wet patches. Matt very deliberately moves to the right hand of the circuit to pick up the wet patch. So, yeah, I think that was a very deliberate move on his part there, actually, to try and cool things down a bit.
I mentioned earlier that Craig Houghton weren't where he was supposed to be on the grid, but he is out there on the circuit there. He's second of the Supertwins, 7th place overall as they came across the line there, but I just want to cast our minds back to yesterday where in the wet there, Darren Taylor just really wasn't enjoying himself, was he? But
no.
In this one, he's the first rookie, obviously, and is up in the 4th position overall.
Okay, a bit of chatter at Chris Kerr. I see some marshals running up there, mate, so I think we're going to see somebody not tripping the timing beam at the second half. We haven't seen much action up there at Chris Kerr, but unfortunately I can see some folk in orange getting their jogging shoes tied up, so looks like somebody unfortunately has gone walkabouts at the top end there.
Well, I've got the race leaders going in towards Hallbends at the moment. 1, 2, 3. Dan Mercer is looking to go with Josh Harvey and Matt Weatherall in this one. And Josh Harvey goes 0.8 of a second quicker than Matt Weatherall in that first sector alone. So Dan Mercer looking to go with them as well. We don't have a sector time here for Dan Mercer. I'm looking for, let's have a look, Malvern May, number 81, showing us not going through this first sector, Keith. So I'll keep an eye on the whereabouts of Malvern. But the race leaders coming across the line then, Matt Weatherall and Josh Harvey. The gap last time, 1.4 seconds. This time around it's 0.6 of a second then. So the gap has been closed up by 0.8. And I'm just having a look here. Taylor is showing as being 3rd at the moment there, but Dan Mercer, I'm sure, will be popping up back into 3rd position. There he is, right on cue. 3rd position on the timing screen, 3rd position on the road. And Taylor, Iatrakis, White, Russo, Houghton, Stone, Wallace, Black, Bean, Beasley up next, and Malvern May not coming across the line there.
No, he's not. Just had confirmation on the radio. It is the 81 machine is missing, so that is Malvern May, unfortunately, up there at Chris Kerr. So 2 tumbles and as many races for Malvern May there, which is a great shame. Hopefully Malvern will be okay to come back strong, because what is good news for Craig Houghton, of course. Craig's looking at the moment to pick up, like he's going to pick up 20 points, so that could well give him the lead in the championship. The other man who's looking to pick up 20 points here potentially is Matt Weatherall, because I have to say Josh Harvey has closed that gap right down, and he is looking very threatening indeed. As we go up to the chicane, there's about 2 or 3 bike lengths between the pair of them, and I really think he's got his eyes on that particular prize there, mate. Third place man as well, Dan Mercer, doing a very good job. That's as close as we've seen Dan to the front of the grid as well. It's stage, so clearly the conditions are working out very nicely for him. But I reckon we're going to see a challenge. What do you think?
I think you could be right on that one there. Of course, I don't know when Josh Harvey's last win was, but it must be at least over a year, potentially even 2 years ago now for Josh Harvey. The gap was 1.4, it's now 0.6 of a second, but he's closed that in by a further 2 tenths in the first sector alone there, Keith. So let's have a look at the gap when they come out of barn here. There's Matt Weatherall, there's Josh Harvey, and the gap, as we mentioned there, 0.658. This time around across the line, it's going to be, we wait for it to update, 0.426 of a second there. So 2 tenths of a second again that Josh Harvey has closed up the gap. Here across the line now is Darren Taylor on bike number 7, Kawasaki, ahead of Ilias Iatrakis, the first of the Super Twins. Then it's Joe White, 4th in class. Tony Russo, Logan Stone, 2nd of the rookies, 8th place overall, ahead of Sean Wallace and Craig Houghton. Robert Bean across the line now is behind Dan Black, who is 3rd of the Super Twins then, but the race leaders coming past you now.
Sure are, mate, they're well past me, and I think Harvey's going to go for the move. He's looking for the inside pass at Park Curve there, whether Matt's going to let him have that one and just follow him for the rest of the race, I really don't know. See if he can out-drag him to the line once again. I'm watching them come through, and there's a bit of a gap, actually. I wonder if one of them had a bit of a wobble. I think I'm going to confirm, yeah, it is Josh Harvey leading the way now, and it's a big old gap there. It's got to be around about maybe 6-7 tenths of a second, so I think that was a bit of a wobble there for Matt. So obviously tips in okay, no problems at all, but he's got a little bit of a battle on his hands there. Yeah, I'm sure that's Matt in second. That's all right.
Got them under the bridge now, and Josh Harvey, Matt Weatherall, the gap, as you say there, it's around about that 7 to 8 tenths of a second gap, isn't it, into the bottom of the mountain there. And we've got 1, 2, 3, 4 bikes for that battle for 4th place overall. Of course, Darren Taylor, regardless of where he finishes in those particular order there, he is the first of the rookies. Behind them, Logan Stone looking to make ground on them all there. So Logan Stone 1.5 seconds behind Tony Russo there, but in the first sector he's gained in by 5 thousandths of a second. So he might have to go a little bit quicker there, Logan, to get on the back of Tony Russo. But the race leader coming across the line now then, last lap flag now being shown to Josh Harvey. Matt Weatherall takes a look over his shoulder there, so he was looking for the whereabouts of Dan Mercer, who comes across the line now. Let's have a look there, 1 or 2 seconds behind him. Here's Darren Taylor and Joe White. They're coming across the line now then, and Joe White, of course, is 4th in class at the moment, ahead of Ilias Iatrakis, who is 1st of the Super Twins. But the race leader there, Keith, Josh Harvey, 1.5 seconds advantage.
Yeah, it looks like Matt's resigned himself, I think, to finishing in 2nd place there. Could be a tyre thing. Maybe he doesn't think he's got anything left in his rubber underneath him. No idea what's going on there, of course, because so many variables in these very tricky conditions. But certainly 20 points in the bag will go a long way to helping secure what will be his first championship with us in a few years, if he can keep up this kind of performance. And I have to say, he definitely looks like a man who can keep up that sort of performance. So wait and see. I'm not quite sure what the gap was coming into this round, but Weatherall, as I mentioned earlier, has won every single race. Pretty much he's started apart from one, so oh well, he can't win them all, but he can certainly do extremely well, because 2nd place is nothing shabby about that in terms of championship points. But the big story here is the good news for Craig Houghton, finishing in 2nd place by the look of it. Ilias Iatrakis is not regular here with us at the club, the man from Wales, so I do wonder if he'll be appearing again, but certainly Craig Houghton will be delighted to pick up 20 points for his trouble in that race. Makes it well worth going out and persevering in all the rubbish that's been going on today, doesn't it, Bradley?
Yeah, you're absolutely right, but here comes being beckoned by the checkered flag then, number 11, Josh Harvey, for his first victory in around about 2 years or so for Josh Harvey, the former champion in the Thunderbike Ultra class then. Here comes Matt Weatherall across the line there at a relatively pedestrian pace. Dan Mercer on the number 15 Yamaha R6 comes across the line in 3rd. Here comes Darren Taylor ahead of the number 69 of Tony Russo. Joe White up next ahead of Ilias Iatrakis there. So Tony Russo got the better of Joe White for 4th and 5th position in the Thunderbike Sport class. Next up is the second of the rookies. That's Logan Stone on bike number 5, ahead of the first of the Supertwins there. What happened to Ilias Iatrakis on that last lap there? He's been overtaken by Dan Black there. So it's Houghton from Wallace from Black from Iatrakis there.
Oh, that's very good news there for Craig Houghton. That, yeah, he must have had a big wobble somewhere there.